Hello everyone. After completion of texturing fundamental, now it's a time to get some assignment of shaders onto the model. So for shading, we should use the hypershade option into the Maya application. So in shading chapter, we will discuss about the working with photorealistic shading, as well as we will discuss about the several type of textures, for example anisotropic, blend, Lambert, Phong, Fouangui and etc., where we have to use on how there should be some difference between these all shaders. We will cover onto the type of shader chapter or the session.
Hi everybody, so welcome to this course of Introduction to Texturing inside Maya application. So right now I am using Maya 2018, so I have made this model. So I will start the concept of texturing inside this. So let's get started. As what I will do, I will just select the model and just make some duplicate, Ctrl D for duplicate, and after that you can have Shift D for repeating the result. Okay, so I have taken 5. I will select all of them and move to the center. Okay, we'll select all of them again and go to edit, and here you have the delete by type history. So I will delete its history because history I don't required. So I will go to attribute editor, and now you can see only 3 things are there. Okay, so no problem. One more thing, we have to group the model. So if you can select and Ctrl G, which I have already did it earlier. So grouping is very important. Okay, now what I will do, I will just go to the render settings. So make sure that your render using should be in Maya software. Okay, we will focus in Arnold renderer later words, but at first we have to understand the concept of Maya software texturing and also its lighting. So I have gone to the Maya software, and here you have a couples of different things like common and Maya software panels. After that I will close this, and if I select any of them, and if you press right mouse button, by holding right mouse button you will find 3 things, which is assign new material, assign favorite and assign existing. So this will just allow you to overlap a new material and will replace the previous material. So you can use this assign new material, or if you have any material and you have renamed the same, so you can go to the favorite material and choose that particular material which you have renamed, and existing material which is already inside your scene, so you can just put that particular material on your model. So right now I am using assign new material. So at first, as you can see, we have a huge amount of panels like Arnold, Maya, but right now I am in Maya software, so I use the Maya software. So there are few things inside the Maya software like this one, and this all came for the Mental Ray panel. So like this way, Arnold and Mental Ray basically are third-party plugin. Okay, so I will just select this and just go to the surface. So in the surface there are this materials which is present inside it. One of the most common material is the Lambert, which is by default material present inside Maya software. If you select or click or make any model, the by default material is the Lambert. If I go to attribute editor, you will find that the by default material is the Lambert 1. We'll delete the same, we'll select it, go to the material editor which I have minimized, and we'll go to the Maya. These are the main materials which you can find in any version of the Maya. Okay, so at first this is the blend. If you click over here, okay, now as you can see it has some sort of shyness in it. If you press 6, it will show the texturing result, but there is no any light in the scene. So if I press 7, all the things will be dark. So no problem, we will discuss the lighting thing in the lighting session. Right now I am focusing on the texturing. So we have just used the blend. So blend have some sort of shyness. If I go to its property feature, which is just right side on your screen inside the attribute editor, so I will go to the blend, and here you have the color, transparent, ambient, incandescence, bump, which is all present here, diffuse, translucent depth. Okay, that means each and everything is given over here. So if you see this, if I rendered the same, you found that some sort of shyness is there. So with the help of the color, you can definitely change the color, and with the help of the transparency, you can transparent the same. So now it will behave like a glass. See, okay. After that, the ambient color will just, if you increase the ambient color, what happens? Have a look. It will just glow much more. Incandescence value, it will produce some lightning effect. As you can see, the nearby object will be affected if you just increase the value of incandescence to any of them. Okay, so I will put this by default value, which is this one, and you can change your color definitely. Okay, I will just put somehow red. And now if I go down, I have the bump mapping. So these are the important features. If you are working in the texture, you have to undergo through this process. Okay, so there is a huge amount of panel, you don't have to go each and every time. So that means these are one of the most important thing. If you are uncomfortable with this scrolling up and down because you don't have enough space for that, you have to just click over the copy tab. Now it will just have a particular window which is the duplicate of this part. So you can put it somehow here and you can just drag easily. So you have the more space to look at your texturing properties. As you have seen, which is the bump map, if I just zoom this, if I just rendered the same data using this one, you will found the surface is this smooth. Definitely yes, the surface is this smooth. And if you increase or just put some texture in the bump, so it basically depends on the texturing. If for example, if I select the wood, what happens? If I have selected the wood and after that if you just drag this, you will found this panel which is coming at the right side on your screen, which the panel of the bump. So you have the bump depth, you can change the bump value. You have the bump depth. If you increase the depth, it will affect your model. See, as you can see, it is producing some sort of texture, but it also have some sort of up and down shape. So it's only illusion. That means bump only gives the illusion. So you have some sort of embossed bevel like structure on your model surface. If you decrease the bump depth, definitely, if it goes to minus, then it will just insert the same. If it goes to plus, then it will extend the same. So I will just put it 0, and after that I will just increase little bit. Okay, if I just go to the render tab, and now you can see your model is visible, its shapes are visible, but also the bump texture and the detail. As you can see here, we have some sort of gap, but it's not gap in your model, it's only in the texture. That's the main reason for bump mapping. And you can change, well, you click over here and you can change the color also, definitely yes, but it will not affect on your model. Okay, so that's the main thing of the bump map. So like this way you can just put the textures of the bump and all. Okay, so now I will focus in this part. I will just select all of them, right click, assign new material, right now Maya, and here you have the Lambert. Lambert is the by default which doesn't have any sort of shyness and glossiness. It's a dull, like, as you can see there is a difference between both of them. So this is by default present inside the Maya software. And if I just select and just go to its property features, same thing you will found here. You have the bump map, incandescence, ambient color, transparency and all. Okay, so translucent, if you increase this, definitely it gonna happen. Okay, now I will just decrease the value of translucent. You have translucent focus, special effects. If you go to, you have glow intensity, so it will only happen when you have a proper lighting on your scene. So Lambert is a dull material like a clay which is present by default in the Maya. Selecting the other one, and just right click, assign new material, Maya, and layer shader. If I go to layer shader, you have few things, which is the color transparent, composite, flag, and render pass mode. So it allow you to render in a particular pass, step by step. What is pass? We will discuss this in pass section. I will say you that the pass is basically the different type of texture which is inside the model, and you have to render one by one. At first you have to render the ramp, after that reflection, after that surface shader, after that ambient occlusion, after that blend and all. After having rendered all those things, you have to go to the compositing software and just compile all the renders in a single form and just merge and have a good result. That's the pass rendering system works. Right now we are using the layer shader, so you can just have the panels like render pass mode. You can have the render pass mode if you're working in different textures, but right now I'm just having these parts to just, as you can see, it's all get faded. If you select it, then the wireframe will show. If you have the render view, you will find that it's only just like a mask. Okay, so it depends on its color features. If you have the color features like transparency, definitely transparency gonna work. As you can see, now it's getting transparent and just attracting all the things which is just overlapping the same. So we'll select this one, right click, assign new material, and go to Maya, and here we have the Phong. So there are two different, which is the Phong and Phong E. Definitely Phong E and Phong are similar to each other, but one more thing, by default its luster, shininess, glossiness value is higher as compared to this one. Okay, both of them you can use in any of the metals or even to the plastic, right, hard surface. Okay, so Phong, and as you can see it has more shine, and if you just rotate on your screen you will find that thing, and click over here, you see the shininess because it's producing by default light which is present inside Maya. We haven't used any lighting inside the Maya right now. So I go into Phong and just have all the panels which is same, exactly same. So matte opacity just extract the outer surface of your model. So I will just off this for a while. You have the ray trace option also. So when you are making any model and just putting any texture inside it, if you want to just pass any light from inside it and just bounce into the ground or nearby object, you have to check the render option refractions, and after that with a simple amount of tweaking you can have a good result for light bounciness on your ground. Hope you understand the same. Let's meet to the next session.